Now, moving from there, we get into that situation where crocodiles and other dangerous reptiles are straying into homes from floodwaters that have engulfed several communities at Tempane in the Garo Tempane district of the Upper East region. This is according to the Member of Parliament for Tempane constituency, Lydia Lamisi Akamvariba. Torrential rains in the area have caused serious flooding in the past 3 weeks. The Tamnet Dam at near Garu constituency has overflown its boundaries, flooding homes nearby. The crocodiles and other reptiles such as snakes are believed to have migrated from the dam following the displacement of their natural habitat. Here's Member of Parliament for Tempane, Lydia Lamisi.
We are here because of the dump. The water of the dump is becoming increasingly coming up to affect the people of this part of the community, basically Gagwiri Natenga. Gagwiri Natenga is part of the constituency of Tempane and the district of Tempane. Currently we are at the dump site and all of you can see that the water is affecting the crops of the people of the community, and that is why they are crying for help. It's affecting their houses. It's affecting their economic activities. There used to be a road that they could easily pass from Gagwiri Natenga, Gagwiri Targanga, Bogure, Zambala. Even people from Basunde can pass through to the other side of the constituency to also access marketing, Garu, health facilities and other things. But the dam has affected that route and it's making it difficult for people to move from here to that part of the constituency. Another issue about it is that because of the rising level of the water, it's affecting the wildlife that is in the dump site, and most of the houses have been infested with crocodiles, snakes, and all manner of reptiles that are in the water. We have an instance where a crocodile enters somebody's house and ate animals. If it's a human being, what do we do? So we are just appealing to the government and the engineers of this project to look at it again. They have resettled other people, but there are some few people that still need resettlement. If they could come and then resettle those that are also affected. Another issue we have to do is about their farmlands. Here, they are peasant farmers. They don't have enough. So if their crops have been affected, what do they have? We want to plead with the government, NADMO, civil society, government and non-governmental organizations to come to their aid, because today we are looking at it, how much is affected. But the whole of the stretch from Gagwiri Natenga to Gagwiri Targanga and beyond, most of the farmers, their crops have been affected, have been submerged in the water. And we are pleading that if we don't solve the issue now, it's going to be that people are going to go hungry, and there will be hunger in this part of our constituency. Already our constituency is tagged as one of the poor districts because they don't have so much economic activities. That is why they are crying now for people, for government, for civil society, government and non-governmental organizations to come to their aid. And we also want to find out from the engineers and government what they are doing now and urgently to make sure that this issue of reptiles entering into people's houses, we are seeing it to be something that is about animals. We don't wait for the crocodiles to begin to eat people before we come to look at it. If there is something that they can do, and do it urgently. We are crying now because this is the rainy season and the peak of it has not started yet. From now up to September ending, it's going to be serious, very, very, very serious. The water level is going to rise more than this. The people are anticipating that it's going to affect their houses actually. So those houses that have not been resettled, we are pleading with the government to come quickly and resettle them.
Well, the floods have also affected several communities, including Gagwiri, Natenga, Bugri, Tariganga and Zambala Acres of farmland have already been submerged and inter-community access routes have been cut off following the overflow of the Tamne Dam. Some of the community members have been speaking about how the floods have affected them. Joining us to bring us up to speed on that development via Zoom is our correspondent Albert Sori, who joins us with updates on that situation. Albert, what can you tell us about the real situation on the ground in terms of what the people are facing on the back of the flooding?
Yes, so in the Timpani areas, one of the major challenges, as you have already mentioned, is the fact that farmlands have been submerged. You heard the MP already talk about that. The other challenge is that inter-community access has also been cut off because several of the roads have been flooded, and because of that, people who want to travel between communities to do business are unable to easily do that. They have to go through a longer distance. There was a woman who spoke to us and talked about, the fact that she now has to spend 8 cities to get to where she normally goes to do her business, when under normal circumstances, she would spend 2 cities to travel the same, between the same 2 towns, so that is a challenge. And Barre Dam will be open from tomorrow, and the fears are that the situation in Timpani could get even worse than it is at the moment.
Now, speaking of fear, we've also heard about the invasion of reptiles, including crocodiles and snakes. What have the people been sharing with you on the back of that? We hear one of the crocodiles actually invaded someone's home.
Exactly. So this is something that we found to be a little strange, because it's the first time I am hearing of reptiles invading people's homes. Now, we understand from some of the community members that one of the crocodiles actually hunted down some of their livestock and consumed them. We were not there to see it, but these were the briefings that they gave to the Member of Parliament when she toured the area yesterday. And from her interactions with other people, there were reports of snakes and other reptiles that were sighted in homes. The suspicion is that these were, dangerous animals that were lurking around the dam area in shrubs and bushes and cracks and crevices and things like that. So because of the overflow of the dam into places where hitherto there was no water, these reptiles have been forced out of their natural habitat, and some of them somehow found their way into people's homes, and they are causing a lot of fear among the residents there.
Well, let's now hear from some of the residents who have also been interacting. Let's hear what they have had to say.
With the dump, but there are so many things that is also affecting us here. One, we have a road here linking to our capital, Garu, where our children passes for their education. That's where our biggest educations are. And the water has taken over the river. We can't cross there again. Initially, a Motor King used to charge just 2 Ghana cedis from Gagbiri here to Garu through that short part. And now that the water has taken that route, we have to go and pass through Timpani to Garu, which is now costing us 8 Ghana cedis. So it's very difficult for our children on education now. Almost 2 weeks now since the water has been locked. For the water to cross, our children have not been going to school. We are at home with the children now because you don't even know what will happen looking at the water. Another issue of it is you can see our crops. The crops are immersed in water. Look at the maize, soya beans, millet, and all those things is affecting us in the community here. More to the point, there are some animals here now biting us. We don't have a health center here. we need a health center who can help us in case of those weapons, animals. We are talking of the dangerous ones like the pythons, reptiles, and the rest that are biting us. In case of night, we need to look for health care, and we don't have a nearby facility with us here.
So this is my farm that the water have taken all away. I use fertilizer about 10 sacks. That is this fertilizer, how do we call it? Yeah, Yara Miller. I use 10 bags here. One bag also costs about 220 Ghana cedis in this community. So they come to construct the dam. So we ask them, so our farms, how are we going to do with our farms? They are telling us that the water will take only the valley. The water will not come top of the farms that we can farm. They didn't demarcate where the water level would take for us. So as of now, we've already farmed the water come and take all my crops. I don't have any rice, maize farm somewhere to take this season. So I'm just standing for nothing. They are telling us that the road that we are talking of too, the road is very, very important for them to do it for us because they didn't do any compensation for us. If they even built a house for you, they are not going to get farm for you to farm. They are telling us that they are going to get the farm back of the dam for us. So where can we get place to cross there and do the farming?
This community, we depend on farming. This is a village we are in. We depend mostly on farming. So when last year we farmed the rice, at least it helped. Some of us, we all understand that somebody has to sell rice or sell something to pay the school fees. But in this case, no. So the person is now hoping how that what is going to be educated. And we also have right, as equal right as every citizen, because we all learn that every citizen have equal right to free education. But this one, there's no, because some people have been denied the education. Because if you cannot go to school, which means you have been denied.
And so those are some residents sharing their plight in this particular situation. Albert, sorry. So what has been the roadmap? What is the way forward as far as the community leaders are concerned? What have they been saying?
Yes, so it's the reason the Member of Parliament was touring the area so that some solutions can be found. And one of the things that she said yesterday was that she's hoping that government through NADMO and other organizations that may see the plight of her people can come and try to help. But just a quick one on the Tammany Dam. This was a dam that was constructed. The construction began in 2016. I remember former President John Mahama cut the sword for the construction of that dam. The expectation was that it will be able to help the people do dry season farming because there was already a valley in the area. So this dam would help collect all the water that was already in the area. These people who have been affected today, when resettlement was done, the engineers did not anticipate that a disaster like this could happen in times to come. So even though some people were resettled, these people were not because they did not think that the water could overflood and get to where they are. And that is why we have the situation we have today.
Albert, sorry, thank you very much for bringing us up to speed. Albert is our Upper East Regional correspondent.